Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 294 of Kouryer podcast. Our today's guest is Mr. Eymen Akmaz. He's a 3D environment artist from Istanbul, Turkey. And of course, in the captions, you can find the links to his art station and also the ID to his Instagram account as well. So, if you want to check those stuff out as well, their links are in the captions down below. And yes, we're inching closer and closer to episode 300 and the end of this season of podcasts. And yes, the first 300 episodes will be recorded in Turkey, and I won't record anything else until I move out in like settle down in Netherlands, and I'll resume the podcast again at a suitable pace. So yeah, we got a long road ahead till episode 1000, but for now, let's focus on episode 294. So how are you doing, my man?
Think I'm great. By the way, thanks for having me, first of all. And how about you?
Oh, I'm not. I'm doing well as well. I'm just trying to deal with the heat in the Turkey, but I'm sure you're the same as well.
Yeah, me either.
Um, yeah, so we got a lot of juicy stuff to go through like in this episode. But before that, let's start with the basics. Um, tell us the first thing I want to ask you is tell us the story of what led you to choose art as your main career path.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
what was your story, origin story.
Sure. Like it wasn't different than others, I guess. But you know, I was graduated as a aircraft maintenance technician in my high school, and it was like a pandemic, and because of the pandemic, I was in home, like playing video games, like other people, I guess. And I asked myself, like, how people doing this, like how people doing the animations, right? Because I just know the animation. I didn't know the 3D art or something. And I I was search something like how they are doing, what software they use for this. And I saw some Discord communities on Google, and also I'm not sure, but maybe YouTube. And I joined some communities, and yeah, they teach me a lot, actually, and they help me a lot. How can I get into industry like these things? And I started to improve myself. And I think it was not too much, but after 4 months or something, I I find a job. It's kind of crazy, I know, but because of I think it was 2 years ago, and there was a too many hyper casual studios in Turkey. Most of them people, you know, build a hyper casual studio because they earned a lot before, and and I tried my chance. Like, I brought someone who has some studio like, and they sent me some art tests, and then I started working with them. And actually, my first job was mobile game studio in a mobile game studio as a 3D game artist. It was kind of like that.
All right, yeah, actually, I know there are like a lot of hyper casual studios in Istanbul. Like, there's Good Job Games. There's like a bunch of other ones. Wait, what was the other ones? There was like a bunch of others I remember clearly remember on LinkedIn. There was Good Job Games and yeah, just a couple others. I can't really remember right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's crazy, like how hyper casual like is really popular here. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of interesting, like getting a job after form. But I think it was because of the pandemic as well. Because during the pandemic, there were a lot of jobs because everyone was online, and there was a huge boom in like
Yeah.
job opportunities in the industry. But right now, a lot of companies are doing layoffs. Unfortunately, like that's a whole other topic. But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
you're
get into.
right.
But so, what did you study at university? Like, is it something arts related as well, or just
Actually, I didn't go university or college.
respect?
Uh, by the way,
I
right now I think I have an internet connection problem, or am
No,
I
that's
wrong?
fine. No, no, yeah.
Ah,
If
okay.
it gives you a warning, that's fine. Like you just ignore that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't go
good.
university or college, so I graduated in a high school, and my major is a kind of, it was a good major because you can find a job, no needs a university, right? But actually, I didn't want to do this because you know it's not my passion though. It wasn't my dream, right? So yeah, it's kind of like that. Actually, I think on university. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you did a great job. Like, I guess the only thing that could be a problem, for as a guy in Turkey is like just the military service thing, which I think is just 1 year in Turkey, right?
It's 6 months actually, not too
Oh, they
long.
changed it to 6 months?
Yeah, but
Really?
I'm not
They
like
changed-
the yeah yeah.
Damn.
It's 6 months, and if you pay,
Yeah.
it's 28 days or something. By the way,
Just the Urdu.
go ahead, sorry.
Just the Urdu, you call it, right?
Or yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
yeah,
It's
basic training. Yeah.
military.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't need to go university also for military because of my major. The military give me some time for my job or something. They give me almost like a 7 years, by the way. So yeah, I'm just
Damn,
kind of like person,
7 years.
I guess. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and in that time you can just make the money and just buy it and just go to Urdu and that's it. That's an
Exactly.
amazing honestly, that's an amazing option. Like in Iran, you can't do that. Like right now, I think the military service is 2 years. And I actually didn't do that. I
Oh.
actually like just escaped the country basically. And the reason I'm actually want to bring up these topics as well. So for anyone who's listening, like I want people to also get a little bit of insight of like, what how lives are different. Like for example, if you're listening from Europe or America, hey, like, yeah, there are good things and bad things to everything, and these are some of the
Yeah.
weird things that we have to deal with. Um, but yeah, but that's great, man. Like honestly, like I had a friend who also like bought it, who bought his military service
Hmm.
in Turkey, and he had a cat. And when he went to Ordu
Ah,
and came back, his cat was pregnant.
what?
So it was so funny.
Yeah, yeah. It have to be surprising for him, I guess. It's kind of.
Yeah. Why all of a sudden she's fat? The cat is fat. Yeah, that was kind of like funny. But yeah, let's get back on the topic for a second here. And
Okay.
so, actually, what led you to uh, choose environment art out of all the positions? And I assume, like when you joined the hyper casual studio that you mentioned, you started working as a 3D journalist, right?
It's kind of generalist, but we call like a 3D game artist. There is no any major or something. It's you have to do everything: animations, characters, and the other stuff, bunch of stuff. And I just want to do more big, more good. Like because it wasn't a good for to me and I saw on ArtStation most of the artworks like these are the environmentals, and these were was looking great. And these times I really wanted to be a 3D environmentalist, I guess, because of the maybe some of them my friends, they are also 3D environment artists, and they told each other about the 3D environment art, and maybe because of this, I get into the 3D environment art. Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
All right, that's interesting. So, also tell us about your experience of learning environment art. How did you start? What were like the most important like tips and advices you could tell to people who want to start environment art? Like, what really helped you? I saw like you posted like a material, it was called, I think, Forge of the Gods materials for Beyond the Extent Team Challenge. That's actually great. Like, um
Thank you.
like organization, I think, as well. Like, yeah, the material is also great as well. Looks amazing. So tell us about that. Tell us about Beyond the Extent. Tell us about your experience studying. So just tell us everything, you know?
Okay. After my first job, the hyper casual one, I started a new job with some indie studio as a 3D environment artist. Like, it was my second job, so it was kind of good for me because I learned a lot of things about the 3D environment art when I was working for them. uh, After 3 months, I quit my job because it was an indie game studio and there is no future. I didn't see any future, and I started to doing freelance environments, and I tried to build my portfolio. So, like I said before, the communities is really important for artists, I guess, because if you want to improve yourself, you have to connect with other people's. Network is a important for us, I guess. I joined some of them Discord communities, like for example Dynasty Empire and Beyond Extent. These are really great communities, and there is too many great people, and they are really helpful for everything, I guess. There's some challenges, for example, like you said, Beyond Extent. I think every 6 months they make some challenge, and you can apply, and they can choose if your portfolio is okay with this challenge. I'm sorry, by the way. And I tried my chance, like I tried to apply, and they choose me. And we have something like, we have a 6 member on our team, and some of them people are really good at their major. Actually all of them are really good at their major, but some of them, I mean, in an industry like some AAA studios, or the good studios. So they helped a lot when you join the team, like they are trying to teach something. And it was kind of good for me. The challenge and the communities are really good. uh and if I talked about my experience, like I'm after my second job, right now, a month ago, I guess, I started a new job, like as a 3D environment artist with an indie studio in Turkey. And that's kind of like that, actually.
All right, sounds great, man. Like, congratulations, honestly.
Thank you.
And all right, so the next question that I'm going to ask you is kind of interesting. Based on everything that you learned thus far, how do you usually approach like a project? Like, basically, what does the structure of your pipeline look like? Well, how is your workflow? Like, what I'm trying to ask is, what steps do you take in what order to finish a project
Mhm.
from the start to finish?
Yeah, I get your point. Like, first of all, I think everybody doing this, right? They are trying to concept gathering or reference gathering, right? I collect. I'm always collect some references for my project, what I want to do about, and then making a block out for my scene, or if I want to make a material. By the way, it depends for all of the things. For example, right now I'm talking about the environment, because it's kind of depends of your project, right? And after the collect references, I'm starting to doing a block out with basic cubes, basic shapes, right? And then this is my way, actually. Some of them people doing different, but I'm doing first materials for the environments, right? Because I really love the making of materials. That's really good for me. And then, by the way, before the materials, I how can I say? I'm trying to find which is the generic models, or which is the generic materials, or the which is the unique materials and models, right? Then I started to doing materials and models like this, and after I finished whole things like models and materials, I started to doing lighting, and like I think everybody doing in the same thing, like. Last thing is a post process, right? Yeah, something like this, I guess.
All right, and actually, like, about your materials, like you got a really strong grip on making materials. Like the Fallout one you did is kind of nice, like a Fallout one as well. But of course, the Beyond Extend one, as I mentioned. So I think my next question is going to be this: like, where did you start learning texturing and materials? How did you start?
Yeah, it, when I started this work, like it was my dream. I saw too many art posts on ArtStation, like they are making materials, and I always wondering how they are doing this, because they're using a different software for this, right? And I tried sometimes, and I didn't do anything, because it was really hard to me, because I didn't know anything about software. And I think after the few experimental things I learned, I guess. Also, I think it wasn't about this do you know software or other stuff? No, I think it's important things for learning something like your eyes. We have to improve our eyes, I guess. Well, I think you got it right. What I meant, like
Observation skill. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Uh-huh. Like so when you're seeing something, you know, if you don't make a good, you can understand this, right? So you can try again, you can try again, and it's like a kind of experimental for me. And I watch too many tutorials, of course, like all of the people's, like on YouTube, on the other websites, like right. Yeah.
Yeah, but the materials, the notes that they just posted, the screenshots are kind of insane, you know. So congrats,
I
man.
think thanks a lot.
But yeah, so that's interesting. So let's talk about some of your pieces actually. Like there was like the mortuary one, I think, abandoned morgue actually,
Yeah.
which was
Hmm.
really nice. Like, actually, tell us about how did you like, in the first slide on your Instagram, especially like there's it's like from a point of view of someone walking, right?
Yeah.
Did you like was there a specific like ready-made blueprint or add-on, or did you animate the whole thing with blueprints yourself? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah, you know, if you're talking about the animations, like it was actually kind of easy because I saw some blueprints on YouTube tutorials. Like they are making like a, you know, walking blueprint for the camera. They call the camera shaking, I guess, right? And I used this shake. I did with you know, watching this tutorial actually, because I didn't know the making this kind of blueprint for the camera animations, right? So after that, I just animated the camera like, you know, rotation and moving. That's all. The blueprint is kind of cool one. Just I adjust some of them, you know, settings. That's all actually. And if I have to talk about the project, actually, it was my first scene on Unreal Engine, and like you know, it was really great for me because you know, it was really hard to make this because you know, the motivation is too important, right, for the making something, finishing something. And I give almost like a 3 months just for this scene, right? And there is no motivation when you give in a 3 months because every day I'm wake up and sitting this table, sorry, chair, and you know, try to make something. Like it was really hard for me, and like I need a motivation, right? But there is no motivation. Just I push myself. That's all. And I watched too many tutorials. I helped a lot with, like I said before, the communities. They really helped me a lot uh, about to what I, for example, if I saw some how can I say, bug or something, or if I stuck, right? They helped me a lot, really. And I did all of the materials and models except one of them, decals, I guess. I used some mega scans for the decals, and my pronunciation is bad, so sorry about the decals thing. Yeah, and it was kind of like that. It was really hard, I guess.
Yeah, that by the way, your English is like really good, man. No, don't worry about that. Like, it's actually kind of funny. Like anytime I go into Discord, like with like talking with a bunch of other artists and friends that I'm talking about, like of course they're all from all over the world, and they're all so insecure about their English, and their English is actually pretty good, like you. But the thing is, of course, you're not going to talk like a hey yo man, like an American, or you're not going to speak like in a British accent, you know? Of course not, you know. Like I'm Iranian, you're Turkish, and they're all from like other parts of the world. Of course, we're gonna have
Yeah, you're
accents.
right.
But
You're right.
this is like a public service announcement to anyone who's listening to not give a shit about their accent and just speak as much as you can because your accent will just develop naturally, and that's how you just talk and be proud of it,
Exactly.
you know. And if anyone makes fun of you, fuck them, you know.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
I'm not sponsored by anyone, so of course, if you during your like answers, if you needed to express yourself a little bit more strongly with swear words, you're allowed to do
Okay.
that. No worries.
Yeah.
And all right, so yeah, there was like a lot of cool pieces there on your portfolio, but yeah, the Morg one was really cool. I actually the thing that caught my eye and I saw, I think I actually don't remember what I found you now that I think of it, but I remember the first piece of your work that I saw, and it was the Retro Space Fighter one. Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't my first one. The first one was a retro terminal, by the way. And
yeah, I know.
the second one
And
is a
no, no, the first one that I saw of you. You know?
Okay. So sorry, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
And no
Yeah,
worries, no worries. Yeah,
you
and
know,
I
most
really
of
like.
my yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it's just I really like
Okay,
that.
most of my artworks are really they were challengeful for me because you know all of them I used try to do something. They were like experimental, right? For example, one of them I tried to make hard surface modeling. The other one I tried to use Houdini, which was like a I didn't know this software, like, and most of them are like challengeful to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing everything with Maya, right? Even at your job. Is that
No,
correct?
it's I use Blender for most of
Oh
them.
shit. Yeah,
I
I'm the same. I should start
yeah,
Maya.
yeah, that's okay. You know why? Because I started this job almost like 3 years ago, and when I started, I saw too many tutorials on YouTube, like Blender tutorials, right? And it's a free software that so yeah, I'm using because
How
of this.
yeah, how long did it take you to transition from Blender to Maya, by the way?
No, I didn't use Maya before, by the way. I don't
No,
know.
I know, not but transition, like switching from Blender to Maya,
Yeah, yeah,
changing.
uh-huh, but I'm not sure because I didn't use before Maya. Yeah.
I know, but you're not using it now?
No, I didn't use it.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
sorry, then my bad.
Yeah,
See, even I make
I
mistakes, so no
yeah,
worries.
of course. I just said, the Houdini. Like, I try to make something on Houdini because there's some physics animations. You know. Yeah, I meant the Houdini. Maybe I said wrong. Maybe, I don't know.
No, no, I probably heard right. No worries, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay.
All right, so yeah, the retro space fighter one was really good. I really like that. Yeah, there are some like cool pieces, on your portfolio right now, and you're actually in the industry right now. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So yeah, Dynasty Empire and Beyond Extent. Yeah, those were the two places you started. That's good. That's really good for anyone who's interested. To check them out. You can check them out in Google as well later. Just say
Exactly.
Dynasty Empire Discord, Beyond Extent Discord, and you'll find whatever you're looking for. But now I want to ask something else. Like, what do you want out of like the position in the future? Like, like what is your dream studio that you want to like apply for and work in? What type of games do you want to work on? What type of projects? Tell us a little bit more about what you want.
Yeah, I used to have some dream studio, but not anymore actually, because uh, I really want to work for the arcane studios in France, like because I really love to Dishonored games and I don't know, Dishonored maybe, right? Yeah, and Deathloop. I really like these games and art styles, and so I really wanted to work with them before, but not anymore actually, because you know my ideas is changed, like all of the people. Maybe I can make something just for me, like maybe games or something. I'm not sure, just right now I'm young, I'm just 22 years old, and I think I have a way, and I can do something for myself, maybe. you know yeah.
Like working on indie games, you mean?
No, 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 I mean, maybe I can make some my own game, I mean,
Well, yeah,
you
like
know
indie game, like being an independent
you
game
mean,
developer. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you can see on, for example, the solo developers, right? For example, the Stardew Valley, or uh, the Manor Lords, the new one, right? Yeah.
the Turkish game,
What?
right, man? No, no, that's not.
No, no, no.
Banner Lords is the Turkish game, right?
Banner Lords. Yeah, Mountain Blade Banner Lords is a Turkish game, but I meant
Yeah,
the Manor Lords, the new
they're
one.
very similar in names.
Yeah,
Banner.
exactly.
I got confused for a second. Yeah, that's actually a really great strategy because you're very young, and while you're young, that's the time to actually take risks, and do stuff like that. You're not going to do that when you have a wife and a kid and you're 35
Exactly.
and you need to figure out the bills for next month. You do it now when you can. So that's actually a great idea, honestly. And yeah, what type of game do you want to make? Do you have any idea, or
You
it's
know,
just an idea?
yeah, I have some specific ideas, but before this ones, these are too risky, right? So most of them people doing small things first of all, because it these are kind of experimental projects, right? So I have to try first of all like an experimental project, like some, how can I say, maybe hack and slash games and kind of like that, the fast games, not story,
Mm,
not a
slow
story
paced.
games or something. Yeah, yeah, just kind of like a hack and slash or something, right? Then I have some ideas, but I didn't wrote a GDD for the big ideas. Just I am thinking about them, like, and I'm always fan of the Turkic mythology, right? So I really wanted to do something about this, actually.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be actually a cool idea. And yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, you're still working on your portfolio, right? Or since you're hired, you're not working on portfolio anymore. Like, is there any new pieces you're working on?
Yes, actually, I always work on my portfolio because I will, like, because I really love to make environment art and also the other material and props, and it's kind of my passion, right? Desire, I guess. Like I really want to do every day because maybe actually, I'm not sure, but maybe I will make some new material first of all, because I have no idea. Okay, let me tell you something. I spent on my mortgage project almost like a 3 months, right? And I give my last project, the bamboo wall material. I give almost like a week, but after my work hours, when I'm off, I spend some of hours on it, right? But I don't know why most of the people like this one, you know. So maybe I can make one more material. Uh, then
Do
I
whatever you
really want.
like. Do whatever you want. Honestly, not what people react to. You
Yeah,
know?
you're right. But I also like to make materials. This is really fun to me. And maybe after that, I really want to make you know big environment like I have some dream about do you know the yurt, Mongolian yurt,
Yep.
also as in Central Asia, Turkey peoples as a yurt. It's kind of I'm trying to make environment with some yurt and uh, like how can I say it, geographically in a Central Asia. Could you imagine
Yeah.
like this thing? Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, for anyone who's listening and they kind of didn't get the reference, basically, yurt is that how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah. Yurt
Yurt,
is
I think.
also English, I guess. By the way.
No, I don't think so. No, no, no,
Yeah.
it's
When
not.
when I type the yurt on Google, like it's kind of English, I guess. I don't know.
Well, no, no, it's not. No, trust me.
Okay, so
Uh,
you're the team. Sorry.
no, 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 no worries, no worries, no, please. But I think it basically means a place of living, like kind of
Yeah.
they. Yeah, it's kind of like it kind of means like that. And the place we're talking about is the central steppes of Mongolia, which you might ask, wait, it's Mongolia, then why does it have to do with Turkish people? Well, the original Turkish people are based, if I'm not wrong, by the way, correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
you're right.
They were
Mhm.
also from the same region as well, and because of that, Mongolians and Turks made had a strong alliance, and they also lived together, coexist together. So the original motherland of Turks is actually in kind of central Mongolia, like Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, that sort of place.
Yeah, these are, yes, exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what he was talking about. And
Mhm.
yeah, by the way, in video game terms, like, do you know the for anyone who's listening to get a better idea? Maybe that's like a wrong example, but I think this could paint the picture kind of well. Do you know Taurens in World of Warcraft, like their origin, the starting point where they live? Like it's kind of like has the same vibes, Like
Uh, you meant the World of Warcraft?
yeah. Do you know the Taurens,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Tauren race?
No, I'm sorry. I know the World of
But the,
Warcraft, but
but their base, their starting region is kind of like kind of nomadic. There's like lush greenery, and they have
yeah.
like tribal kind of like symbolism and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of
Hmm.
similar to that, kind of course. Like comparing a real world thing with a fictional thing, so of course it's got to be exact the same. I know someone in the comments is like,
Yeah.
"Why did you make that comparison?" Like, whatever, like leave me alone,
Yeah,
you know.
that's okay. You know,
And
by the way, I tried to meant a nomadic style. Yeah, you're right. I
yeah,
forget
Göçebe,
this thing.
it's called Göçebe in Turkish, right? Göçebe.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Good job.
yes, I still got it. Yeah. Um, Yeah, actually, one of my biggest fantasies was always doing an episode in Turkish. Because a lot of my episodes are in Farsi because I've had Iranian artists in, and most of the rest of my other episodes like right now is English. But I wanted to like
Mhm.
as a bit of a show off, wanted to do a short Turkish episode one day. But I guess my Turkish didn't really improve that much to be able to do
Yeah,
that.
that's okay.
Maybe someday in the future I'll do that. I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Um,
Exactly.
yeah, and we'll see. But for now, it's all right. So, what are your favorite video games actually that you played when you were a kid, and what video games are you playing now?
Yeah, of course, the Fallout New Vegas is my favorite one. Yeah, you know, yeah,
That's my favorite game of
exactly.
all time too. I talk about it during the past 200 or something episodes all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It's a great game, and the thanks the Obsidian Entertainment, they're making a great games, right? And right now, I'm playing actually nothing. I guess I played weeks ago. This War of Mine. I didn't play this, and I was shaming because of this. You know, and I played this War of Mine, and right now I'm not playing. I guess because you need the time for playing something, I guess, and and also right now it's kind of difficult, but making arts, it's uh you know gooder than playing a games, I guess. I don't know. All times, when I was kid, I played too much. Or 3 years ago, I played too much every day, like 10 hours or something. I'm not sure. Like, I played a lot, but right now I prefer the making something like a models, or the not kind of models, but the art. I prefer this one.
improving your skills. That's amazing, man. I
Yeah.
Congratulations again. But also, like, I really appreciate that you're a man of culture as well, because your favorite game is New Vegas as well. Did you finish all the DLCs?
uh just one of them, not all
Oh,
of them.
dude,
Yeah,
you should go
sorry.
finish all of them. No worries. Which one did
Yeah,
you
you're
finish?
right. They went some village, like there's some ghosts, like a green ones, and like a Italian village.
Oh, the Dead Money. You're talking about Dead Money, I
Good
think.
money. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the
I
thing is,
finished
basically,
this one. Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm just gonna say this. The story of and the characters of New Vegas that everyone talks about, in the background, they appear in the DLCs, and all the DLCs and the main game are connected together. So it's
uh
literally an expansion of the story. It's not like shitty DLCs that games these days roll out. It's actually juicy DLC, like
so I should
yeah,
definitely play those ones then, right?
bol tavuklu DLC,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna
And
play after this, meeting. That's all.
yeah, here's order. First, go after that. If you finish Dead Money, go to Zion Valley. I think the one I don't remember. I forgot the name, but it's the one where Joshua Graham appears. Then after that, go the technology DLC. What was the name of that? Oh, Big M Old World Blues. That's the name. Yeah. Then after Old World
Okay.
Blues, at the last DLC you should play story wise is the dead not that sorry. Um, I forgot the name. Lonesome Road. Yeah,
There's
that's
some
the
four DLCs, right?
yeah. I think four story DLCs. Yeah, but there's a lot of bunch of. If you buy like the ultimate version of New Vegas, like the full version from Steam, you get all of the DLCs.
Yeah.
But the problem is like you sometimes like after 5 7 hours or sometimes 10 hours or 20 hours or 3 hours, I get infinite loading screen glitch, and I'm too lazy to download mods to fix it.
Yeah, all of the Bethesda games, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bethesda magic as they call it. But yeah, those are some good tips. And last but not least, we reached the final question of the podcast, which is called Time Capsule. And of course, based on the that title, I think you can guess where it's going. So basically, what I'm going to ask you is, based on your experience in life as a human right now, till this point, what are the most valuable and important lessons you've learned thus far that you can share with us as a human? I'm not talking about art at all.
mhm.
Like most important and valuable life lessons that you've learned that you can share with us.
Well, that's kind of good question. And yeah, I think all of the people think before the answer this, right? But yeah, I watched some of their videos, and I think a little bit about this. Yeah, you know, it's it is lesson or not, I'm not sure, but I just learn something. I think everybody uh, have to need some goals, like a desire or something, for example. But it don't have to be a it mustn't have to be a, oh, sorry about that, and materialistic thing, and like, for example, it can be a, because of your country. The country can be your goals, like you can make something for your country, or
Well, there were some technical difficulties and the internet got cut out, but let me repeat the question that I asked beforehand, which was actually the final question, which was, tell us the most important and valuable life lessons you've learned thus far as a human. What are those lessons?
you know actually, I think all of the people know too many lessons for because of their lives, but I just learned just one thing, like, this is an important thing for my life, because I saw too many people on my life, like friends, some of them, it's these are was really close to me, and some of them people doing something just for money, right, or just for their how can I say, job, right? They want to be a boss and they're doing something for this, and I think we have to need some patient, right, or like a goals for doing something this. For example, it can be your country, religion, or family, right? I mean, the materialistic things are not important for our lives. Yeah, this kind of my important lesson of I learned in my life, these things,
All right, that's great. So basically, define your own goal and what you stand for, and yeah, I get your point. Like, it doesn't have to be just titles and jobs; it could be meaningful stuff. Like that's what you're trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which, yeah, I quite appreciate that sentiment. And with that being said, thank you so much for coming by for this episode, and
Okay.
thank you to anyone who didn't listen. Where can people contact you if they had any questions? Is your Instagram account okay?
Of course.
All right. Well, there, folks, you got it. Episode 294. See you in episode 295 very soon. Till for now, take care, stay safe. Till next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.